Hello and welcome back to the left side of reality. This is your host, Snow the First. Last time we made a few attempts at Binah, but didn't quite manage to succeed at it. And this time, let me just pull up the screen. Well, really, what else can I say but it's more Binah. Fingers crossed that I managed to do this within the first couple of tries, because my laptop is not like this core suppression, especially the later on it goes. But that's kind of the thing. You either beat this core suppression or you don't. Where'd I put my phone? There I put my phone. I was very, very close to actually canceling this stream. I had a bit of a poor mental health day, but I managed to mostly recover, and maybe having something to focus on will do me further good, but we'll see what happens with that. Okay, what's the damage? Okay, first we have Snow White's apple. That can be Gabriella. Okay, that kind of fights. Oh, you must have lost your weapon at some point. Well, you can throw in your stick. It's not like it can get any worse for you. Flesh Idol, that's... Sometimes when it's Flesh Idol, I forget to call the agent out of the thing. Well, I just checked here, so anything in Central Command that needs to be worried about, you're walking right towards that. Do not. So no one looks like it's gonna be here. You kind of look like you're walking towards it, but you're probably fine. You guys definitely aren't. All of you need to die in this section. What about here? We had an early problem last time. Okay, all of you are walking away, and I would say put a black shield on her just in case. And execute this one over here. What about over here? One guy, but can't reach him. Can't reach this one. Can't see the black puddle here, so that's pretty good. Meanwhile, this can just be anything. Up. It's been a week, so I may or may not know what I'm doing here. This may take an attempt just to, like, shake off the rust. Oh, right. I was checking for the puddles. You are right in it. You need to die. Ekamak, this guy, these guys here, are they in the path of the puddles or not? It's kind of hard to tell, because it looks like there's another one right here. This one he might just barely miss, but I'm not sure about this one. Okay, it's fine. You are right in the middle, so... Was that every section? I feel like it was. Oh, slow bullet for Binah, before I forget. A second before she falls, I need to call in the rabbits. Who hasn't entered the thing yet? You haven't. You guys over here haven't. Oof, the Central Command ones are annoying because, yeah, it might be for the best to call rabbits now. They might be able to catch her right when she falls asleep. Oh, pansy! Damn it! I pulled London too soon from Flesh Idol. Flesh Idol melting down is kind of problematic because it has a time limit for pulling too soon or pulling too fast. Well, I did say I would need a try or two to shake off the rust. Okay, what's the damage? Yay, that is a bad one. No, I would say it's better than... Who has the top speed in this area? Let's see it now. It's only one in Central Command, so this one will be canned. Censored, which is fine. I think no was only after that. Yeah. This is actually looking a bit better. Oh, what's going on here, actually? You might miss the spikes. You guys are walking into it, so... Was that all the meltdowns already? I think it might have been. In that case, I just needed to be on the lookout for the puddles. Disciplinary is the worst issue right now because everyone's all bunched together. Just gotta hope those ones that are moving away get out of the way in time. You're moving out of the way with that. You can... that's a great, but I have no good to work with it. I think I just did this area? Yeah, I did. You're walking away. I hate it when nuggets just bunch themselves up like that because it makes it more annoying to deal with. Wow! Information's having a bad time of it. I forgot the slow bullet. Did everyone reach their target? They did. Sabina's just getting wrecked right now. Some of the rabbits got hurt in the process, but as long as we can keep it up. Looking around and there do not seem to be one. Up. Okay. Phase 2. Queen bee again? That's annoying. And everyone's varied levels of hurt. I wish there was some kind of bullet I could give them to help with that. Well, okay, the king can be Emilia, 100%. The queen bee can be, your black damage might be good enough. That's good advice on literally any occasion that's not this core suppression. I'm not sure if there's time for them to get to corridors before Binah leads extractions. Really? A bunch of them had a hit there? Okay, this is gonna be London. This Everyone's just gonna have to deal with the damage. I'm not sure what else there is to it. Anyone in disciplinary feeling the ouch a bit? Well, maybe I can do all that right now, then. If I can. Disciplinary is looking pretty okay. Oh, but I can't afford too many of them because... Right, I forgot. It's hitting over here. Wait, no, not Melendez. Oh wow, it's just everything here. Well, Currents, your stats may just get messed with because this game decided it didn't like you today. Theresia? That's a bad one to have like that. I think I signed everything except Queen Bee at this point. Right, I was gonna do that to Melendez. Everywhere else looks like it's more or less attended for. I just gotta keep an eye here to stop Theresia. Okay, I returned Yang. I'm in the middle of returning Luminous Bracelet. It should be fine, question mark. That's kind of the thing. After a certain point, it's only a matter of doing the best to compensate with what you have. Theresia has been abandoned, yes. Okay, rabbits, if you would be so kind as to finish the job. I could really use it right now. Otherwise, I guess I'll just keep an eye out and see if anything gets hit. I think I got them at that time. Come on, you're almost there. Two? Wait, two? Lasihung! When did that happen? I sent him to work on Yin. That should have been no problem. Or, wait. Which one is that? No, that's the other one. The one with the kind of more complicated name. I don't think that's, You came when we finished Binah. We had 2 deaths. Okay, yeah, Le Si-han is okay. I forget which department Le Si-hang is from. You know what? I almost want to say we take the sacrifice. Because I don't want to keep being stuck on Binah. I don't remember right off the bat what Le Si-hang had going, but... yes. As you can see in the top left there. If it was this guy that got hit, then yes, that would have been an automatic reset. But the other one... what department was he? As cold as it sounds, I almost feel like we just move on. Because if it's who I think it is, I don't think he had anything that big. I think he might have been one of the records people. Whatever consequences come from this, they will come. You extracted your pound of meat, Binah. Let's call it a draw. Speaking of Binah... Hello, Andy. I hope my Binah voice isn't too bad. Especially for a cutscene as iconic as this. Yeah, yet another place becomes a desolate wasteland in the end. But please, spare me. I did everything you told me to. Don't you get any impression when the place you belong to has been reduced to ashes and dust? Since childhood, scenery such as a myriad of stars illuminating the sky or the sun's radiant light beating down upon the earth couldn't impress me one bit. This, however, gives me a thrill that makes me thirst for more. But it's still not enough. My thirst has not been quenched just yet. Why are you trembling so much? Where'd the guts to betray your very own nest go? Yesn't. I entered the Project Moon fandom via Limbus Company, which is why I know exactly what this cutscene is. I'm missing Ruina, though, and before I get to Ruina, I decided to subject myself to this. To mixed results. Very, very mixed results. But please, let me go now. You got everything you wanted. The plan wasn't perfect by any means, but it wasn't all that bad either. Thanks to those that place their trust in you, you get to have this magnificent view. Trust is one of my favorite weapons, you see. It leaves a great wound, no? The sweepers will arrive soon. God, not the sweepers! Wherever there is trash, there'll always be on time to gather it up. It's a symbiotic relationship, so to speak. We're too busy to take care of all the dregs. It wasn't the Moonlight person. I made personal sure of that. I think it might have been one of the Heaven Wielders. No. Please. Ah, yes. That face. Anything but the sweepers. Please. That vivid expression on your face is the testament to life. And that bit of gore is literally all that's left. My two best companions, silence and the metallic scent of black tea. Wouldn't you agree? Now, the next stop is that place. It's rather displeasing that I have to depend on information from some orange-haired girl. But the weak and the vulnerable tend to yield greatly valuable information. What kind of faces will show me what it means to be alive next? Fun fact for anyone that's played Limith, and maybe even those who haven't. People will proceed not to touch that beach chair for after Binah leaves. It is one of my favorite things. The only things that could excite me were the pain and the crumbling. Only the sounds of their last breath and the expressions they made while they cling to their fading life could satisfy me. I recognized a long time ago that you and I were no different. We are the mutants this epoch has created. No, let's say that we are the new generation of humanity, fit better than anyone else to live through this age. That is why you could have planned all this. However, no matter what you achieve here, the world will not change at all. The wings on the rise, the organizations from the back streets, the creatures in the outskirts, the abyss within the ruins, arbiters like me, the claws and the eye. You'll never have a chance against them alone. But simply idling here won't change the world either. If there are no more places to run to, hide in or rest, then I will witness everything you have to do with my own eyes. I shall now close my eyes just because my eyelids are heavy. Or, basically, I shall not close my eyes just because my eyelids are heavy, nor shall I turn away just because the sight is painful. Simply proceed like you always have, then you may just triumph. 90% people, let's go! What a journey it's been. And now for the Angela voice, which is the Binah voice but less seductive. So you wish to hear an answer from me? I have already made my conclusion. I was full of myself at first. I thought you would never be able to do anything without me by your side when we first met. It turns out you were much more independent than I thought. Perhaps my assistance was not necessary in your journey after all. Therefore, you should not be seeking an answer from me anymore. Now you can clearly see the door, it appears. So, what do you think will be waiting for you behind that door? The time is upon you. It's time to complete the final piece of the puzzle you have been missing. May you have the best of luck on the last leg of your journey. Thank you, Angela. It feels like I really need it. Saying something like, I hope you will finally be happy, or that some of the leftover pain can be relieved now, have long become empty words. There are several more things I would like to say, but let me sum them up in one sentence. I wish you success this time. I enjoyed being with you for not only these 45 days, but also the moments you don't remember. Well, there is just one last Sephra you need to meet. If we weren't insane, we probably wouldn't be here. He holds in his hands a warmth that looks so comforting that he can shatter people's hearts like they're nothing. We get to enjoy one day of nothing. Yeah, there's Li Han. He's fine. Now the question is, who died? Like I was saying, I think it was someone in safety. How? I still don't frickin' know. That is tripping me up. Like nobody's business. Yep, there is now a very empty space in safety. He had Heaven, I believe, or Discord, but I forget. Theresia? I'm pretty sure I didn't, question mark? What? Okay, let me think. I need to check the Eagle list. Because Heaven was one of them. What was he? We did get an announcement, though. That's how we Or does the death announcement for panicked people only happen at the end? We got an announcement, it's how I know it happened. Well, I guess the easiest thing to find out Okay, yeah. It was Discord. Though what weapon was he using? That part I don't know. In the weapons list, do you see anything like conspicuously missing or something we had before but don't have now? Oh, they were 11 hate wielder. Okay. Both can be easily replaced then, as cold as that sounds. That's just what Lobotomy Corporation does to you. Oh, right. No, that was backwards clock. Okay, let's keep going then. It's not Grinder, not Hornet. Well, not both weapons. Galena has the other one. Tell them, Ekamac. Tell them about my bad idea. Really? I just bought this. What? Oh, I didn't buy it. Whoops. I don't know why it's bugging me so much that I... Oh, like for a daredevil. I think that's the answer. We solved the mystery. Okay, cool, that was bothering me. And, repeat that, Mayor? You lost me for a second. Or rather, clarify what you're saying. Oh, yeah. If I start now, I might be able to clear day 45 if I just rush it. Being down a person is gonna hurt, but... Actually, we should probably replace them right now. Grab one of our 12 here. Pump up their stats a bit to be current, and then put them in some armor. Because we're about to have our last, memory repo, and I do not want to be here when that happens. Hello? Speed, I'll leave at 3. Everything else can be 4, just to make sure he doesn't, our new friend doesn't keel over at a stiff breeze. I was very new. Just taking the place of the person that was here the previous day. Not the worst lineup. I'm pretty much only gonna go until I'm pretty much only gonna go until the end of the day anyways. Could probably polish up some repression here. You just met me, but thank you for the fame. Meanwhile, though, we have a glitch. I think something carried over from the core suppression we just did. That's Lob Core. Isn't that just like Binah, though, to haunt that area even after she's not here? You know, it's only just now sinking in that for today, I don't have to worry about, that's just gonna be there for the whole day, isn't it? Polish up some of that. Delaney, previous team captain that is now out of the job by a technicality. What can I do for you? Polish up your repression as well, but I would say... yeah, that. Does Jose still have censored, or who has the second censored? He does. Although he doesn't really need it. In fact, if he needs anything, it's more attack. So I might send him to welfare and have him grind on the King of Greed over here. It feels weird to not have to worry about stats all that much. Oh god, why is my nose running suddenly? And then Noah can continue to very slowly grind your stats with Letitia, because that's just her lot in life. Anyone in this area that needs work on their repression that won't heal over from this. A few people, actually. Okay, it's 60 seconds. 50's pushing it, but it's otherwise fine. You need to remember to do this for them. So now that we actually have time to talk, how is everyone finding Canto 9 so far? Or to be precise, Part 9, or Part 3? Lesihan, or Rose. And anyone that needs insight work. You're almost maxed out, but... you. Oh, fun fact. Galena here is the only employee in this entire facility that has her own theme song. Although, speaking of Canto 4, how far are you on Canto 4? Then you might have started back when you might have started back after they did the big overhaul of it. Alright, you're here. I guess I should start working on your stats. Just kind of send you everywhere. Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? The theme song for Galena I mentioned earlier is basically the same kind of joke. A song I already know that I can conveniently just swap out the name. Give me a second while I recall it, and then I'll perform it for everyone. Because it's been a while since I've done that. Although, speaking of little fun things... Tatiana here, stand still, has the ego gift from the apple down there, the little rose pin, and the weapon. You might know that the weapon gets a power boost from the ego gift. If you then give Tatiana a Heart of Aspiration, he becomes an absolute terror. Unless it's black immune. But the time I always remember is back when the facility was hosting a silent orchestra. Yes, the facility was hosting silent orchestra, and there was issues putting together enough DPS to be able to successfully deal with it. And then I got a stroke of inspiration of, well, why not just put a Heart of Aspiration on Tatiana? It could hardly make things worse. At worst, it would do nothing. But what it actually ended up doing was increasing the damage so much, it went from not being able to defeat Silent Orchestra to Silent Orchestra just melting when it reached the Black Week phase. It was amazing. Give me a second to step away. My runny nose has not stopped and I need to blow it. And I'm back. Gabrielle is basically maxed out. She has become the ultimate agent, so not anything new I can do with her. Who are the wielders of who has pale resistance, basically? You do. Or I guess you technically do. Aleph level 0.8. You're already all maxed out. So Basil has it, although I don't know how much of a... No, Basil very much does not have it. What am I thinking? It just makes me laugh every time I see it. What is this game like, actually? Anyone with black resistance around here? Genuinely anyone at all? Ah, well, you. Point 1 on the melee. Not sure about that. Oh, finally, actually. You have sword sharpened by tears. It would be risky. And I think it's literally just those two. Yeah. I guess this is the kind of awkward part of when you reach this far in the game. You run out of things to do, because at this point you're just waiting for the end. Emma could use some attachment work, actually. Just gonna... And your armor's gonna protect you. Right, I promised a theme song, didn't I? Eres fuego de amor, luz y sol, volcán y tierra, por donde vayas, dejarás huellas. Tú hiciste para querer. Crap. Of all the times to lose the lyrics. Quisiera comprender, has vuelto caminar. Alza tus manos hacia Dios, como escuché tu voz. You might not have understood that, but yes, I can speak Spanish. And Ordeal's gonna be a little more involved, thankfully. Okay, what was the order of stuff I did? To just reiterate that. You're Cuban? Oh, that's a surprise. Then there's a non-zero chance you might actually be familiar with Camilo Sesto. No, yeah, apple. The main reason I know that artist is because my mother listened to it. You get a lot of your music tastes from the people around you. I'd been hoping to talk about Limbus Company, or at least the recent content, but that kind of went out the window a bit, so now I'm kind of lost. Well, I suppose I could generally talk about Limbus Company. Have you watched The Owl House, Andy? Then you might know that one of the very first you might know that one of the first things that is established about our main characters, Luz and her family, are Hispanic. I forget their exact ethnicity, but they're Hispanic. And it's something that you know of the characters, especially when they speak Spanish occasionally, but it's not like all consuming. It's a good balance they strike there. But one of my favorite jokes of all time from that series is for reasons that would take too long to get in here, Luz's mother, Camila, got wrapped up in a particular episode's plot. And she got face to face with a bad guy that had been torturing an innocent person. And it's just this thing I never forget, where the bad guy is pleading with her. It's like, can't you see I'm the good guy? And Camila responds with, yeah, a lot of bad guys say that. And then she digs into her purse and takes out a chancla and smacks him in the face. Like, why is she just carrying around a chancla? Because she's a Hispanic mother. Well, that became like a massive meme in the show for a good while after that episode too. It's like, you know it's serious because Camila busted out La Chancla. I continue to just not get over it. Oh, Punishing Bird is out. Lovely. Did I have someone else working on the wolf and I just don't remember it? What? Okay, yeah, Adam did Instinct. Cool. But yes. I guess if we want to talk about Limbus Company generally, it's that there's a lot of thoughts about the direction of the game, where it came from and where it's going. But especially because of how atypical Limbus Company is as a gacha. Because we all know the reputation that gachas have, deserved or otherwise. A lot of them exist just to dangle fan service in front of a player to try and extract the money from the players. And so, perhaps, since the mission statement was to be not like other gachas from the beginning, Limbus Company basically tries to push away from the idea as much as possible. Like, the comparison I usually think of is Nikke, Goddess of Victory, where it's... Nikke is usually just the archetypical gacha otherwise, like infamously so. It is as gacha as a gacha game can possibly be. But what separates Nikke from a lot of other gachas story-wise, and I guess technically spoilers for the very first story campaign of Nikke, in case that's something you cared about. I can see that point of view. But at the same time, I will finish my thought. After this, we take care of some slugs. I suppose if there's something interesting to be said about Nikkei, it's that it definitely is an example of the phenomenon of... There's a saying that goes something like, oh god, I just realized something, we need to kill these slugs ASAP, in Extraction especially. Because all the extraction clerks are in one place, they might get slaughtered immediately. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Oh, well, that is true. I would rather... Okay, let me finish the two thoughts I had. The first of all, about what makes Nikkei so iconic, which is to say it has that first story chapter where it ends with your player character having to put down someone likable because that's just what the situation called for. It's actually very, very freaking tragic. And the other example is that Nikkei did we lose many clerks? Not enough. Oh god, Queen of Hatred. I completely forgot about her in all of this. Huh. I must have forgotten her during Cycle 2. Meltdown Level 2. As long as we keep executing clerks, she shouldn't freak out. Yeah. Oh god, she was part of my work rotation. Now I have to replace her with something else. Right, the other thing I was thinking about when it came to UK. Where is the beginning point of this? Oh god, I'm having trouble finding it. Oh, there it is. Now, for the most part, Nikkei is your very archetypical. We have all these women here to dote on the male main character because that's part of the fantasy. But for Nikkeis that are not currently talking with the main character, it perhaps becomes inevitable that they all form relationships with each other just because there aren't very many male characters that aren't our protagonist. It's just a thing that happens. What was our noon? Crimson. You guys stay in that corridor then. Yeah, I was gonna say. I didn't want issues with Mountain of Smiling Bodies, but if it's just a Crimson, that shouldn't be too big a deal. After that, I think I can just cruise through the rest of the day. At least I hope I can. Okay, but a lot of what I'm saying isn't gonna make sense to people that don't play Nikkei, but there's a pair of characters that are like there's a pair of Nikkei that are like indisputably in a romantic relationship, which is crap, the names escape me at the moment. Oh, Zay's here, so we can just take that. Yeah, Uni and Mihara. But throughout the events of Unbreakable Spear, which has Uni and Mihara, and then other characters, the relationship of Uni and Mihara is directly compared to and paralleled with the relationship forming between Siren and Mori. And it's one of those things that where even though it's not like it could be said that they say that Siren and Mori are in a relationship by the end, like those exact words are never said. After all the implying that happens, it's just kind of like, okay, what else are we meant to think at this point? Of course, the order in which you watch Nikkei stuff can directly affect your perception, because I saw Uni when she was in the armor first. So it actually took me a second for me to realize, oh wait, there's actually supposed to be someone under the armor. She's not just giant armor. think I did everything over here already. No, I must still need to do attachment. Huh. Noah has higher prudence than her other two stats, and I think that's because prudence is the worst word of Lakeisha. Kind of funny. Gonna throw in an extra work on Lakeisha to make up for Queen of Hatred no longer being usable. If you're still lurking, Andy, is there anything you wanted to bring up yourself? This day is gonna be very chill, so we're kind of free shooting. It's always nice when we get new people here. Who was the people I had working over here? Okay, Queen of Hatred is no longer an option. Rose on Blue Star, and it feels like someone was working on Yin, but who is that? Galena. Rose, Repression, Blue Star, or no, Instinct. I'm ready for Repression yet. You know, I don't think I even finished the original thought I was having on Olympus. But I guess we can just let it flow. The current work cycle has a lot of A-lifts. What was it I did with Berwin Evan? Dia. Okay, cool. Oh god. Do you want to know how you know that I'm just having a mixed up day, even though I did just beat Dia? I did just beat Binah. Yes, I'm having a very mixed up day, but do you want to know what the worst indication of that is? I mean, yes, that, but look very carefully and tell me what is wrong with this picture. On a previous work, I moused away, I guess. I didn't even notice. And I have no idea how that didn't go worse. Honestly, this was the reason that the stream was almost cancelled. Because if my mind's already all frazzled up from the beginning, that just makes it more likely for me to do mistakes. But I pushed through it. Was there anything else in this cycle that I usually do that I haven't? Repression on Snow White, that's what. And that was Delaney from Extraction. Take good care of your mental health, folks, whenever you can. Because if you don't, it just makes everything else worse. Okay, cool. Oh, currents. Your stats had to get all mixed up from, and now your prudence and right, that happened. You had to go in here for Binah. No moon yet? Interesting. Okay, I guess we're just having the late noon. Okay, kill clerks. Kill clerks so that Queen of Hatred doesn't bust out and ruin everything. For reasons I don't 100% understand, now my mind's just jumped to SpongeBob. Even though it's a bad idea to go on X for any reason, I still go on X every so often. And one of the things is that... Wait, doesn't this increase attack speed? Yeah, it does. Yeah, that could be good for Excavate. But yeah, one thing that happens there a lot is just people posting clips of their favorite stuff. Don't even start with that. Honestly, that's like the part where... What is this roll? Wow, that was a genuinely bad work on Big Bad Wolf. Well, I guess technically just neutral, but still, yikes. Anyways. I see random SpongeBob SquarePants clips every so often, and just seeing them out of context, reminds you of how insane the show can get at times. Like the one I like a lot that gets posted out of context is the one of like the random fish that Buzz goes into the Krusty Krab. It's like, better rev up those fryers because I am hungry. Only to just get grabbed and tossed out by Mr. Krabs. Why? I don't remember anymore. Yes, that, exactly. Wasn't that one of those results where... I think because he thought that the Dutchman's treasure was real. And I think it technically was. The exact details elude me because it's just been so long. But I think there was some kind of twist with the treasure. Yeah, Krabs couldn't even be mad at that point. The whole thing was just a doozy. That's what we'll call it. That actually reminds me of a very old episode of Goof Troop. Have you ever watched Goof Troop? I've only seen 2 episodes of Goof Troop myself. And that's because when I was little, I had a big VHS collection, and one of those VHSs was like 2 episodes of Goof Troop on one cassette. And one of the episodes was, oh god. Knowing Goofy, there was a 50-50 chance whether that security system would work on him or the neighbors. The security system everyone else got was a scam, you mean? Yeah, figured. Okay, the Crimson Noon is coming up, but I'm not sure if we'll even reach that point. I guess we'll see what happens. Give me a second to kill some clerks and then I'll tell you. Oh, I completely whiffed. What do I usually aim for next? Not training, because I actually need the stats. I guess technically I don't need extraction, but... we don't have meltdown timers anymore right now, so I can grab some central command clerks. Okay, so the episode I watched. So the premise of the episode is that Max was just kind of searching around in his house because he had saved up his allowance for a video game he wanted, but he was short a quarter, and so he was looking around for the extra quarter. And what was the name of Pete's son? Oh. Of course he would be narcissistic enough to do that. Why would it be? So anyway. So Max is looking around for a quarter because he wants a quarter to buy a video game. And then Goopy's like, I'm gonna go inside the house to search for that quarter. And then Max runs into Pete Jr. And Pete Jr. says that his dad is going on a fishing trip and wants Max to come along. And Max isn't too enthused at first until they learn that the lake they're going to supposedly has a treasure buried at the bottom of the lake. And Max decides he wants to go along after all. But I think Pete, the dad, either already knew or overheard. And so what started out as just a fishing trip becomes about getting the treasure for everyone except Goofy, who had been inside the house at the time. And when everyone just kind of left, Goofy even stuck his head out like, hey Max, I found the quarter you wanted. but he wasn't there to hear it. But Goofy did go along on the fishing trip, just to be clear. So it goes to the fishing trip, and I don't remember the majority of the episode, but I feel like it's safe to say it had a lot of the Goofy shenanigans from Goofy, and then other assorted from other characters. And because they're fishing and casting lines, at one point it shows like a particular small fish that is absolutely surrounded by gold and treasure and jewels. Like this fish is where the treasure is. He comes out of his little cave to go outside and check out what's going on. But the fish gets hooked by Pete, Senior, the dad. And the irony there is that because fish can't talk, Pete has no way of knowing that this fish lives where the treasure is, and so he discards it. But eventually they do hook onto a treasure chest, which is to say a treasure chest that's separate from the ones the fish had. And they try to reel it up, but then a storm happens, and Pete is so greedy for gold that he focuses solely on the treasure chest and almost gets thrown overboard because of it. And it's just him being greedy all around. And then the storm gets worse and worse, and then I think it eventually just shipwrecks them entirely. But because it's a cartoon, everyone survives. But Pete managed to hold on to the treasure chest, and some newscasters came around to see if Pete had uncovered the legendary treasure. And viewers might remember that Pete didn't. He grabbed a treasure chest that was separate from the gold and jewels that the fish had at his place. And so when Pete opens the treasure chest, it turns out to be just a bunch of coins that are literally worth nothing. They call them pastuzas. And then all the camera crew leave because they were disappointed that there was no treasure after all. And then Pete just kind of goes chasing after them, yelling, "Wait, don't I get everything out of this? Don't I get anything out of this?" And then the sting the episode ends on is Goofy finally remembering, "Hey Max, here's that quarter you wanted for your video game." And then Max just kind of takes it and goes with it at that point. And the thing that always stuck out to me about that episode is that dramatic irony where they reveal to the viewers early on that the treasure is in fact very real, but the main characters have no way of knowing where it is or how to find it. Aladdin's very good, so it doesn't surprise me that you would know it. It feels like I'm missing a work with Lakeisha is what I'm missing. Well, we have no choice but to face the clowns, I think, so we'll face them and then we'll end the day. Incidentally, I think I mentioned that there were 2 episodes on that tape, The one on the other side was an episode where basically there was a contest about... God damn it, Punishing Bird. It is way too close to the end of the day for this nonsense. Instead of spoiling the whole episode this time, or at least what I can remember, I'll just describe the premise. As soon as Punishing Bird feels like returning to his little cage. Who did intercept? It intercepted Rid. Black Week, then Tatiana, grab it. Just murder. Okay, we're done. What was that you were saying about another bug? Weird. Dia got the desperately needed temperaments boost at last. Noah's stats continue to climb very slowly. Emma got much better. Your stats were too low for this far in the game. And Delilah reached rank 5. Okay, before I get any farther, the premise of that Goof Troop episode, just to kind of, oh right, this is a thing I need to do. No! Is Rudolph the sleigh fine, or do we re-extract? Oh, and we have to do it again. Ugh. Think I might do a re-extract this time. Fuck off! Ooh, dimensional refraction variant. Oh, hi. A long time has passed since my loved ones left with their broken bodies and hearts. And we finally met after taking such a long detour. I sent you a letter one day. That old strange letter that had the same name for the sender and recipient. It told you that we would meet soon. Why do you hesitate? Please, come with your mind at ease. I hope this environment satisfies you. I tried my best to recreate our office. You need at least one place in life to feel comfortable, don't you? However, I speculate that this place is a bit more serene than you might remember, so to say. There are many reasons for that. This is a reflection of your heart, after all. The emptiness in your mind must be what makes this place so void. We weren't particularly fond of untidiness, but there she was, always making a mess out of our organized room. There were times when we were used to such messiness, giving up on cleaning the room. Sadly, our hearts couldn't bear to recreate such a moment. I am sure that now that you know, this space changes to the rhythm of your heart. This office is born from your heart, siphoned up from your deepest subconsciousness. Yes, many parts of this facility were extracted and created from our minds. How did you think building such an enormous underground structures in such a short period of time was possible? We needed multiple extractions until we finally solidified amorphous images into something tangible. We repeated so many times until the memories were blurred and emotions were dulled, to a point where even the original sin was forgotten. Yes, there truly were countless repeats. It must have been roughly 10 years outside, while this entire facility has been trapped in the cycle for a length of 10,000 years. This eternity is fascinating. All humans are given only one life to live. The future comes to us like the relentless waves of the sea. We cannot go against them, we are merely pushed back. Time Track's technology could only reverse time in a very limited area. This tech was used for trivial things, such as granting an infinite moment of death to a condemned man. Yeah, that tracks. Or to show to those whose days are numbered their happiest moments. However, when combined with our energy tech, the small technology could bloom into something bigger. We invested in them without hesitation, even though they required a massive amount of funding and energy. That's how Time Track's second invention came to life. If time could be reversed infinitely, we could reach the sky that seemed unreachable. Unfortunately, breaking an absolute law of nature cost us a lot. Although we could rewind time infinitely, it always left some form of distortion, perhaps because this technology still has not been perfected. No man could keep their sanity intact in this place. But here you are. You've reached this point even though you limped and groveled till... Call me out, why don't you? Of course, it wouldn't have been possible if not for Angela, but it is a Herculean achievement that you went through that journey. Please, let your body and mind rest, if just for a brief moment. You must be exhausted. The path after this will be brutal. Extremely brutal. Us, we whom you will meet again will also be brutal. They will not let you pass as simply as I do. If by any chance you think you're not ready yet, it is okay to go back to the first act. If you've made it here once after such a long and hard time, you will surely come here again, no matter how long it takes. We literally have all the time in the world. There's no need to hurry. Just keep in mind that the situation will be much different if you move forward from here. You will be given harsh trials and faded, saturated questions we could not answer. And I am sure you already know this. You can reverse time, but you cannot reverse a tale. Next time we have this nonsense to deal with. I'm going to take Galena and deposit her down in architecture just to have someone there. Oh. If this will actually be what architecture will actually look like, I can't say. But for now, we just gotta put someone there. We did end up losing one of our longtime agents and had to replace them. Rest in peace, Leshidion. We'll see if the days ahead have any more cost to extract from us. Let's see what we've got. We've got this splendid looking thing, just a little out of season, and this thing, whatever you want to call it. Having to go all the way to a midnight means that, no, I think I have a lot more work to do than ahead of me. But that'll be for next time. See you later. And as always, thanks